everyone, this is Maurizio, editor-in-chief of PowerElectronicsNews.com, and welcome to PCIM show in Nuremberg. I had the pleasure today to be here together with Denis Marcon, General Manager at Innoscience. Ciao Denis, how is it going?
Ciao Maurizio, very good. Thanks a lot for having us here.
Thanks a lot for this opportunity. So PCIM, so I'm curious to know what's news from Innoscience.
Yeah.
Which solutions are you showing at the booth?
Yeah, so we have 4 kiosks, let's say, where we show how GaN can be used in different segments, from the e-bike, where you have advantage in the charger, in the motor drive. Of course, always make it smaller and more efficient. I'm very excited also to show a demo on the inverter for white goods, those type of application, where GaN can really make a difference in terms of efficiency, size reduction. And then we also show one on typical AC/DC, where we learn that GaN makes it smaller, let's say. We know PSU that are smaller, DC/DC converter that are 70% smaller than silicon. And then the last one that I brought it to you here, we have an LED driver, where we do the comparison with respect to 120 watt traditional silicon. We show what you can make with a GaN device, which is basically much smaller and thinner, as you can see it yourself. And this is desired by architecture designer, that they want something thinner and that is seamless integrated. This is what we are showcasing here.
Great. So when talking about wideband gap GaN in particular, so a topic that I would like to share with you is reliability. So I remember your PhD, the topic was reliability.
That is correct.
So for sure we have to understand which application, maybe to talk more in details about reliability, but with the ongoing advancements in terms of gallium nitride, so our reliability standard testing methodologies would evolve to meet the next requirements, the next, because the goal is to maintain always the long-term performance of devices, GaN in this case.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Absolutely. So we are putting a lot of effort. You're right, I did my PhD on reliability almost 20 years ago. So what I always say, that this technology has been studied for many years. So there is a lot of knowledge out there. I contributed to that a little bit. I think as a GaN supplier, as a GaN player, as much as the others, we are putting a lot of effort not to just follow the standard testing, but we do much more, let's say, than that, to have application-driven testing. And there are even committee designed for testing wideband GaN material, like the JP180, where you can really test the device in a real application in order to then give, let's say, to the customer the peace of mind. And the other things that we also try to do, or we are doing, is to stress the device to heart failure, so then we can perform lifetime extrapolation, which should exceed by far at a PPB or PPM level the lifetime that the customer expects. So I think GaN is doing much more than what maybe is done in silicon today, just to give this peace of mind to customers.
So how do you see the landscape of GaN-based devices evolving in the next year? So what, from your point of view, emerging applications that could have a great impact?
I think what I see is that many customers in the commercial, in the consumer and industrial part, they are moving into GaN today. And I mentioned white goods as an example, but also ERCO, LED driver. And I think that this device is getting so much popular, and people know how to use this device in their application, and they are very excited to shrink. This is what I see the evolution. And as Innoscience, we support customers that like to have a discrete solution. We provide discrete and the driver, so we have that in our portfolio. But we also extend our portfolio toward what we call solid GaN, which has an integrated driver and an integrated solution, which we see that engineers appreciate. So I see the evolution, let's say, of these two branches, these two religions of discrete versus integrated, but it seems that it's paying off.
So looking forward, so let's see from power electronics in general market, which could be, what do you see the next trend, the next innovation, maybe any particular technologies that could be game changers? But also, you need also to invest in technology, but the companies should stay competitive. So what consideration keep in mind, should keep in mind to stay competitive, but also to capitalize on these exciting next developments?
Yeah, so I think on the development side, there is a push to extend the voltage range
Okay.
toward higher voltages, and also in the lower voltages, where you take advantage, let's say, of the high frequency capability of this device. That's really an important aspect. And then to go a little bit higher than 700 volt, I think in that direction. As Innoscience, we focus on big volume market, and our focus is always to reduce the cost of this technology. So to provide it, let's say, in a price competitive with silicon, we really believe that that's really the roadblock that we need to remove, and this is what we are happening as such. And in that direction, we are reducing the die size. So always, of course, keeping in mind possible thermal constraint, that's always there. But I think this is the direction where we are going. And I think working with customer, we are also looking, let's say, at testing the device in different way in order to fulfill their application need. And so far, it has been done, let's say, quite successfully. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Thank you. Great. So, Denis, have a good day. Thanks a lot for this insightful interview, and stay in touch. See you next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maurizio.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on powerelectronicsnews.com. Thank you.